You settle, you always get less than what you settle for.
But she's trying to assuage her guilt by saying, I'm a bad man. And I get it. She needs to do that so she can find another man who will trust her. Because if she leaves a good man, most guys are going to go, this is risky.
And it's statements like these that make me think Kody really needed Robin out there with him. Oh, she can't do better than me. I'm the best thing she's ever had. I feel bad for her because I'm amazing. You lunatic. I love the idea that Kody is so offended and he's so concerned about Christine being able to find somebody else. Are you a big guy? Are you really concerned? I don't think so. I don't think you care. And when rubber meets the road, Kody is sitting here acting like a Lifetime movie villain. Oh, she can't do better than me. You'll never do better than me. You lunatic. She's already doing better than you. By herself is better than you. Hi, my name is James, and this is my take on reality. In this episode, I wanted to talk about Kody, his little foolish statement about why Christine can't find anybody else or find anybody as good as him, and why she has to lie on him in order for her to be able to even have a chance in the sexual marketplace, and where that comes from. Now, before we get into it, I would just simply say thank you to anybody who has taken time to watch the videos. I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are helping to make the channel grow, and I genuinely appreciate that, and I'm amazed every day that I see that more and more people are watching. Second, I would ask that if you're watching the videos and you're not yet subscribed, that you consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out. It helps me out. And hey, who doesn't want to help a brother out? So go ahead and give me that HBO special by clicking the subscribe button, ringing the bell for notifications when I upload new videos. HBO stands for help a brother out. Let's get it. Now, like I said, when Kody was sitting there talking about she can't do better than me and she has to lie so that she can fool the next man into a relationship, this tells me a few things. The first thing is, this is a very close, if not kissing cousin, to the abusive tactic used by abusers historically, where they would constantly try to demean and put down their significant other and constantly tell them that if you don't like how I treat you, then you need to go out there and try to find somebody who's going to treat you as good as I do. Nobody is going to treat you as well as I do. This is a way that guys, or just abusers, I'm not even going to call it guys because women can do it too. This is a way that abusive people will try to trap you and make you feel like, if I leave this situation as bad as it is, I'm never going to find anything better, and I'm going to be in a worse position than I am now, which is, for somebody who might be suffering, is hard to imagine that, wow, this could be worse. And so therefore you feel like you have to stay in this situation and you have to try to make things work because you can't find anybody better. This is actually one of the things that I think he told Mary when she was out there trying to find somebody else. If you recall, when he talks about the catfishing incident, oh, she tried to leave me to get somebody better. The other part that he kind of leaves off is there is nobody better than me. She can't do better than me. So in order for her to be happy, she has to tie her wagon to this family. More importantly, she has to be subservient and be attracted and chase after me because I'm the only thing in her life that's worthwhile. And this continues to trap her. Now, we can't just point it all on Kody trying to make Christine feel bad, even though that's ridiculous. We also have to look at the fact that when somebody offends you or they come after you, a lot of times the way they attack you is actually indicative of how they feel about themselves. And what I mean by that is that for Kody's situation, if you really listen to what he said during the course of this tell-all, although the information was sparse, there were a couple nuggets and clues that we could pick up and discern about how he approached his marriages and his relationships. Part of the way in which he did that was he said when he got with Mary, Mary had her own place. So technically, when he married Mary, there was trouble with Mary and trouble in paradise almost right away, which indicates to me that he was marrying Mary for his first wife for an advantage. He married her because she had money and she had a house. She had a place to stay. So he married her as a means to an end. When he married Janelle, Janelle was sitting there. She came out of a marriage from Mary's brother, she had her own money. And it was a means to an end when he married her. When he married Christine, he did it for another ulterior motive. He didn't do it for love, as he is quick to profess. I never married you for love. I didn't care about you. And I got to tell you, honestly, I wasn't really attracted to you, which is another form of humiliation in which he makes her feel like she's less than. And to let you know, even the guy who married you, gave you 6 kids, spent 20, 30 years with you, 3 decades with you, isn't attracted to you because you're not an attractive person. Do you know what that does to somebody's ego? That's a form of abuse because, again, it makes you feel trapped. When he married her, he said that he married her because she was royalty within his church. And he wanted to move up in his church because, Kody, of course, had high aspirations. And I can see that ambition lie deep within him, that sense of self-importance that I am better than the position that I currently have. And Christine represented an opportunity for him to achieve that. So for him, marriage is about opportunities. When we look at his situation with Robin, what happened with Robin? He got a TV show. He had money. Robin had all kinds of debt. She had kids. He was able to basically pay for Robin. He bought a Robin. So to him, marriage, relationships is very transactional. There has to be an advantage that you get. It can't be that, you find somebody attractive and you are compatible and they find you kind of hot or whatever the case may be, and you guys get together, boom, boom, boom. No, it's about you being able to get some kind of advantage from the situation. And the way he looks at Christine, in his myopic view, I think that he has created a world of delusion where he believes that the money and success that they have is based off of his efforts, that they are tying themselves to him, that he's the one that's moving a lot of these financial decisions. And technically, he did move a lot of the financial decisions, which has led some of the wives very close to damn near financial ruin. Janelle was all in, and she was doing the plan that he had laid out. And by her following his plan, Janelle has nothing in her name. Janelle is walking away from this relationship with flat pockets based on her time with Kody. And that in itself is ridiculous. Robin, on the other hand, the woman that he's supposedly so in love with, he bought her everything. He gave her, about $1.5 million plus worth of assets, put her name on $1.5 million plus worth of assets, and she came in with flat pockets. And he's talking about, it's because, we connect so well and all that. No, because you're a fool and you don't understand how relationships work. You understand relationships how you understand them, not necessarily how relationships are and how healthy relationships should function. So therefore, you are at a disadvantage, Kody. So when he looks at Suki and he tells Suki, I feel so bad for her. Of course she has to lie on me. Because if she doesn't lie on me, then the next guy will look at him and be like, you left a good man. So therefore, you wouldn't. Why would I spend time with you? A guy might want to spend time with Christine because Christine is attractive. And she has her ways about her that makes her attractive. There are guys who will look at Christine and be like, I want to get at that. And that's where it's kind of weird too, because there's often a lot of times where you could have a treasure at home, but you take that treasure for granted. But there's somebody else out there looking at what you consider to be trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Somebody else is looking at that woman that you say, look at you put on weight. You don't look nothing like you did when we was in high school. In high school, you was wearing a size 1 pair of pants, and now you're up to like a size 8. Oh my God. And there's another guy who's running around saying, I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and that round thing in your face, you get sprung. Like, you can't, just because you're not attracted to her doesn't mean no guy's going to be attracted to her. You took it for granted. You put it up on the shelf. Somebody going to come along, dust it off, and they're going to take full advantage of it. And they're going to thank you for discarding her. There's going to be a guy who's going to find Christine. There's going to be a guy who's going to find Mary and possibly Janelle. And they're going to be thankful that your ass couldn't recognize what you had. The next part of it is that Kody's whole action and reaction to this whole thing and his little statement puts me in mind of a guy who's driving down the street sees a young lady, or more to the point, he's not even driving. He's sitting in his buddy's car or his friend's car, and he sees a young lady and he tries to talk to her. She keeps it pushing. She's not attracted. She's not interested. She keeps it pushing. He gets mad and start calling her all kinds of names and telling her that she ain't nothing. Bruh, if she wasn't nothing, why you spend your time trying to get to her? You spent 30 years married to this woman. You say it ain't worth being married to, you idiot. That's reflective of you. You had 6 kids with this woman who you said is trash. You're the dummy. If that's the case, if I believe everything you said is true and accurate, then Kody, you're a dummy. Why in the world would you want to be married to somebody who is a horrible person, who is sitting there backstabbing you, destroyed your family, separated you from your kids, tore you apart from everything you love and everything you own? This person is in your life. To me, that sounds like she would be toxic, right? And if she was toxic, why would you want to be involved with a toxic person, right? Because Kody, you're so smart and you're so brilliant. You understand life so well that you are upset that this toxic person no longer wants to be a part of your situation. The sad part is, or not even the sad part, the funny part is, Christine is completely fine with it. Christine is okay with the fact that you're no longer around. Christine is okay with the fact that she's not going to spend Christmas and holidays and birthdays with you anymore. Christine is okay with the fact that you told her that you didn't want to come over to her house and try to be intimate. She's okay with that. That tells me that it's you, brother. You're the only one sitting here mad. You're the one sitting here throwing temper tantrums. I fit the kidneys and all that crap. You're the only one that's upset. You broke up a whole nother relationship because you were mad at the one you were with. If she's so trashy, she's so horrible, why would you break up with Janelle? She's so trashy, she's so horrible. She didn't just start being horrible. Over the last 2 years, you said that 2 years ago, she ruined your opportunity to get back with Mary. The lie that he told doesn't make sense, even from that respect. He said he didn't get with Mary because Christine threw a temper tantrum. Well, if you're saying that Christine is such a horrible person, Christine is such a backbiting person, Christine is somebody who is destroying your relationship with your family, your friends, she's telling your kids that you ain't nothing, and she's doing all this to run you down, why in the world would you listen to Christine? Just curious. Just asking questions. Why would you listen to somebody who is a horrible person? Somebody who has to try to make themselves look better and do better because they're such a terrible person. Why would you listen to that person, especially when it comes to your romantic life, your personal life, something so important? Why would you listen to that person? That doesn't make sense. If anything, wouldn't you say to somebody like Christine, hey, Christine, my friends, oh God, I went to my best friends. Guys, I could work it out with Mary. I don't want you working out with Mary. Well, you can pack your bags because me and Mary going to try to work this out. Wouldn't that be the response? Of course that would be the response. But that wasn't the response because, one, that never happened. Two, Christine wasn't as toxic as you're trying to put her out to be. It says a lot that you have to try to tear her down. See, if you're with somebody and you are a good guy or a good lady or whatever the case may be, a good husband, good wife, and that person wants to leave you, let bad trash go. Let them go. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. I don't want nobody who feels like they can't go out and find nobody better than me, and therefore they plan on suffering through life with me. I don't want nobody like that. I want somebody who's going to make the daily decision to be with me. See, I think also one of the things, especially like I mentioned the whole manosphere influence on Kody, part of the whole thing with that group and one of the big flaws that they have is that for them, they'll kind of talk out of both sides of their mouth. They'll say on one hand, the women want to leave these marriages and you got to recognize that the marriage is worth more than just, how you feel and what your emotions are, whether you're happy. It's about commitment to the family. But then at the same time, Kody, in his mind, has the right to abandon and destroy the family by not neglecting the family, and that is his right because he's a man, and he has to be free, and he has to be happy. Why do women get to be the only one who get to be free and happy? Like, it's kind of that trying to walk on both sides of the street at the same time thing. You can't have it both ways. Either marriage is some kind of contract that is strictly about propagating human life on planet Earth and growing the species. So you try to get married, form a union, create a group, and you try to push out as many replicas of yourself as possible. Or marriage means more, and you can be happy within a marriage. And for these guys, many of them, because they live sad lives, don't understand that you don't have to live in misery. And by you thinking that you have to live in misery or it's okay to live in misery, you create an environment in which you will be miserable. Because at the end of the day, you shape your own destiny with how you approach life. So if you think that marriages are terrible and that wives are always evil and mean and husbands are controlling and jerks and abusive, then you will find that. And you will accept that when you do find it. But if you have standards and you believe that there is more to life than you just kind of trudging along for 70, 80 years and then kicking off, and you can actually be happy with somebody else, then you have a better chance of finding that. That's my take. I'm James. This has been my take on reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life right like I